First, we have the warehouse automation pilot project by Verity and DSV on stage. So we have Mark, who is the head of sales of Verity, here with us in person. And we should have on the line Luca Graf, who is the head of innovation at DSV. Hi, Luca. I think we have to look there.
Hey, everyone.
Hi, Luca. Great to see you. Okay, so my first question goes to Mark. Please just, could you give us a short overview about Verity and what Verity does for the industry?
Sure. So Verity is a Swiss company based in Zurich. We're around 70 employees. We're a deep tech company specialized in autonomous indoor drone system. We automate inventory tracking in warehouses.
Okay, Luca, I know that you have seen several drone solutions out there, and you also talk to a lot of founders that are working on warehouse automation with drones and inventory management with drones. Why did you decide to go with Verity? What makes Verity so special?
Because Verity has a fully autonomous solution, and that's the thing really which convinced us. I was initially invited at Verity at their offices, and they gave me a drone show. So they, in addition to these industrial applications, they do also drone shows. With big bands, and wasn't it Celine Dion and Metallica, Mark? So they gave me a show of 50 drones flying contemporary in a small area, and they were so synchronized, and there was no crash happening at all. So that made me convinced that this is a company, a tech innovator, who can do it to also operate drones autonomously in our warehouses. Because we also tested other solutions, and you still needed a pilot or someone who brings, let's say, the drone from one aisle to the other, or the battery was not holding, so it had to stop and charging all the time. And that's what we then tested really, through an intensive pilot of 4 weeks. Also, we did a proof of technology before, together with Prologis in San Francisco. So we did really extensive testing and developed that solution in a way together that we are also now a launch customer of Verity.
Perfect. I mean, I think it would be much easier if we played a little video to also showcase what the actual project looked like. And maybe, Mark, you could a little bit describe what is happening.
Sure. So we did in 2020 one pilot with DSV. In total, we did 3 pilots last year, 2 with IKEA and 1 with DSV. This one is in Moordijk in the Netherlands. We did a pilot for around 1 month with 6 drones covering a couple of aisles. And we flew so in the night when there's nobody in the warehouse, and we scanned around 20,000 pallet locations. The test here was really for DSV to be able to see the system working, to validate the technology, and for us it was the capacity to have this playground to test the capacity of interfacing with WMS, because we're capturing information in the reality, so with the pallets, and we need to compare that to the information that the WMS give us to be able to give a reporting about the discrepancies that we have found, and to point and to focus the efforts of DSV on all the errors that they can have, so that in the morning when they come, they're able really to fix everything very quickly and very accurately.
Very exciting. So, Luca, if you're still with us, what were some of the KPIs for DSV for this project with Verity, and if you could tell us a little bit about the returns on investment that you achieved with this implementation?
Sure. I mean, first it's about reducing costs for the inventory control, reducing labor costs, and assigning our employees for, let's say, more meaningful tasks. And that's definitely something we achieved. So depending on the location where you are, what the labor cost is, we can fly, let's say, with the drones, or we can do the same task 9 times cheaper. but we can also do it 20 times faster. And that brings us to the other KPI, which is also very much fulfilled. It's about the improved accuracy of our warehouses where we have deployed the technology now. So this, I mean, we scan more often, and that gives us a superior quality of operations. So we will have less misplaced pallets because, as we know, errors happen, particularly when also humans are around. That's natural. And now, because we scan more often, we identify these errors. We don't need the staff to find the pallets, which sometimes can take hours to find a pallet. But particularly, we avoid disruptions in our operations. And we don't need to ship pallets with express to our customers. So we can give a promise to our customer of a higher accuracy in our warehouses, and that we literally drive our errors to zero. And last but not least, some other benefits like employee satisfaction. I mean, scanning and doing inventory control is not a very liked task. It's a quite dull task. So really our employees enjoy doing other things which are more attractive. And particularly, it's much safer, because if you scan on higher levels of the racks, maybe on the 5th or 6th level of the rack with a man-up truck, this can be dangerous. So, and we avoid accidents with that. So yeah, it's a number of benefits and then strong KPIs, both on the economical but also more on the qualitative side.
Yeah, it sounds like you had a lot of returns by working with Verity on this project. So what are the next steps? How do you plan to scale it up with Verity?
Yeah, so until the end of this year, we will have installed this product in 4 warehouses. And next year, we plan to equip at least 15 warehouses. It's a process we need to go one by one, because we also need to identify even the benefits one by one. Every warehouse is different because of the customers we serve there, and also, of course, of labor costs and other topics. We continue to further automate the whole installation. The idea is also to fly during the day soon, so also when warehouse colleagues are present, so that we have also a joint operation of drones together with our warehouse operators working in other areas, or maybe even the same. So we will improve the safety features. And last but not least, the idea is we will explore additional use cases and process improvements together with Verity, what we can do. There's a lot of other things you can do with the drone. The drone is nothing else than a flying object with sensors attached to it. And with that, you generate data. You can also measure temperature. You can check whether pallets are stored correctly. You can do some inspection tasks. You can count things. So there are a number of things which we can still do with the same product, but just, let's say, with a software update or additional sensor we attach to.
Perfect. Mark, so who would you like to work with? DSV is a 3PL, but can you tell us which other organizations can profit from your solution?
So we have today 2 customers, DSV, and we're working as well with IKEA. And we're installing some fleet of drones in stores at IKEA that fly every night and every weekend to make sure that the products that we find in the self-service areas are accurately positioned, are accurately replenished. So more generally speaking, when you have a warehouse, indoor, of course, our system only works indoor, with a high number of pallets stored in racks with a high rotation of those pallets, with all those criteria makes good candidates for us. So basically, in terms of industry segments, third-party logistics, of course, retail, such as IKEA, manufacturers as well could be good candidates for our system.
Perfect. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Luca, for joining us. Pleasure to see you here today.
Thank you very much.